Let me ask you something. Are you truly living at your highest potential, or are you just going through the motions? Most people wake up, go to work, scroll through their phones, and call it a day. And then they wonder why nothing changes. Listen, if you're not growing, you're dying. The key to an extraordinary life isn't luck. It's commitment to constant improvement. You've got to push yourself every single day. Your mind, your body, your skills, everything can be upgraded. But it starts with a decision. So are you ready to stop settling and start becoming the best version of you? Your growth defines your future. Everything you experience in life, your success, your happiness, your fulfillment, is a direct reflection of how much you have invested in yourself. If you want more, you must become more. Your circumstances don't determine your potential. Your personal development does. Every great leader, innovator, and high achiever didn't just stumble into success, they became the kind of person who could handle and create that level of success. That means the quality of your future is entirely in your hands. It's not dictated by luck, your past, or where you come from. It's shaped by the daily choices you make to develop your skills, strengthen your mindset, and elevate your standards. The challenge is most people wait for external changes before they commit to internal growth. They think, once I get that job, then I'll work harder. Or once I have more time, then I'll focus on my health. But that's not how it works. You don't wait for life to hand you an opportunity before you become the person who can handle it. You grow into the person first, and then the opportunities come. If you want a better job, develop the skills and discipline now. If you want better relationships, work on your communication, patience, and emotional intelligence today. The external rewards will always match the level of internal growth you've achieved. Most people want a better life, but very few are willing to do what it takes to get there. They wish for success, but aren't willing to change. They complain about their circumstances, but don't take action. And here's the truth. You are either growing or you are declining. There is no standing still. The moment you stop investing in yourself, you start falling behind. The world keeps moving, industries evolve, and those who refuse to adapt and grow will be left wondering why life isn't turning out the way they hoped. Personal growth is a lifelong commitment. It's not something you do once and then coast for the rest of your life. It's a daily practice of pushing yourself beyond your limits, challenging your own beliefs, and demanding more from yourself. And the most powerful part? It's all within your control. You don't need permission from anyone to start improving. You don't need external validation to work on yourself. You just need to make the decision that your future is worth the effort. Think about this. Every successful person you admire has spent years, even decades, improving themselves. They read books, they practice their craft, they invest in their health, and they surround themselves with people who push them to be better. They don't make excuses, they don't waste time on things that don't contribute to their growth, and they don't let setbacks stop them. They understand that the best investment they will ever make is in themselves. So ask yourself, how much time are you spending on your growth? Are you reading daily? Are you learning new skills? Are you working on your mindset, your discipline, your focus? Or are you letting distractions, fear, and comfort hold you back? Because at the end of the day, no one is responsible for your progress except you. You have the ability to shape your future by making better choices today. If you commit to just 30 minutes a day of focused personal growth, whether it's reading, exercising, practicing a skill, or working on your mindset, imagine where you'll be in a year, in 5 years. That investment compounds over time. Just like interest on money, small, consistent improvements add up to massive transformations. But it requires patience, discipline, and an unshakable belief that you are capable of more. The key to long-term success is making personal growth a non-negotiable part of your life. You don't wait for motivation because motivation is fleeting. You build habits and systems that ensure your growth continues even when you don't feel like it. You set higher standards for yourself and refuse to settle for less than you are capable of. Your future is not determined by chance. It's created by the actions you take today. You can choose to let time pass you by, or you can choose to use that time to build yourself into the person who can achieve everything you desire. Growth isn't always easy, but it is always worth it. And the best part, the more you grow, the more opportunities, success, and fulfillment you attract into your life. The only thing standing between you and the future you want is the decision to invest in yourself today. So make that choice, take that first step, and commit to becoming the best version of yourself, because your future depends on it. The power of small daily actions is the secret behind every great success story. People often believe that transformation comes from one massive breakthrough or a dramatic shift, but in reality, the biggest changes come from the smallest, consistent efforts made every single day. It's not about making one huge leap. It's about taking small, intentional steps over time that compound into something extraordinary. Every single day, you are either moving closer to your goals or further away from them. The choices you make, how you spend your time, what you focus on, and what habits you reinforce are shaping your future. Most people underestimate the power of small actions because they don't see immediate results. They go to the gym for a week, but their body doesn't change. They read a book, but they don't instantly feel smarter. They save a little money, but their bank account doesn't look any different, so they quit. They assume their actions aren't making a difference when in reality, they are planting the seeds for long-term success. Think of it like a bamboo tree. When a bamboo seed is planted, for years, there is almost no visible growth above the ground. It looks like nothing is happening. But underground, the roots are growing deep, forming a strong foundation. Then, almost overnight, the bamboo shoots up at an incredible speed. That's how personal growth works. Your consistent small actions might not show immediate results, but they are building momentum, creating a foundation for success that will eventually explode into something remarkable. The difference between people who succeed and those who don't is that successful people stay committed to their small daily improvements, even when they don't see immediate results. They trust the process. They understand that real progress is happening beneath the surface, and they keep going. Unsuccessful people, on the other hand, get impatient. They want instant results, and when they don't see them, they give up and go back to old habits. The key is to stop focusing on the end goal and start focusing on the daily process. If you want to be in great shape, don't obsess over the number on the scale. Focus on showing up to the gym every day. If you want to become financially free, don't get frustrated by how far you have to go. Focus on saving and investing a little bit every day. If you want to master a skill, don't get discouraged by how much you don't know. Focus on learning something new each day. Your habits and routines determine your future. Every time you repeat an action, you reinforce it as part of your identity. If you work out consistently, you start seeing yourself as someone who is healthy and fit. If you read every day, you begin to view yourself as someone who is constantly learning and growing. If you practice discipline in small areas, it becomes easier to stay disciplined in bigger areas. Success is not one big event. It is the result of hundreds, even thousands of small choices that compound over time. Most people fail not because they lack talent or intelligence, but because they lack consistency. They start strong, but when motivation fades, they stop. The truth is, motivation will always fade. That's why discipline and habit formation are so crucial. You don't rely on how you feel in the moment, you rely on the habits you have built. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders in the world don't succeed because they are always motivated. They succeed because they have made growth and improvement a daily habit. You don't need to make drastic changes overnight. All you need to do is commit to improving by just 1% every day. It may not seem like much, but over time, that 1% compounds into something life-changing. Imagine if every day you became 1% better at your job, 1% stronger in your body, 1% more disciplined in your habits. Over weeks, months, and years, that small improvement multiplies into mastery. The best part? Anyone can do this. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to have special connections or unlimited resources. All you need is the discipline to show up every day and put in the work, even when you don't feel like it, even when progress seems slow, even when no one is watching. That's what separates those who achieve greatness from those who stay stuck in mediocrity. Every single choice you make is either working for you or against you. There is no neutral. The food you eat, the information you consume, the habits you build, and the way you spend your time are all shaping your future. You can either let life happen to you, or you can take control and start making small, consistent decisions that will lead you to the life you want. Success is not an accident. It's not reserved for the lucky or the gifted. It's the result of showing up every day and putting in the effort, even when you don't see immediate results. So start now, start small, and most importantly, keep going. Because one day you'll look back and realize that every small action, every seemingly insignificant step was creating the foundation for the extraordinary life you were meant to live. Your mindset is your greatest tool. It is the foundation upon which everything else in your life is built. If your mindset is weak, your results will be weak. If your mindset is strong, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The way you think about yourself, your abilities, and your future determines the actions you take and the results you get. This is why two people can experience the same challenge. One sees it as an opportunity to grow, while the other sees it as a reason to give up. The difference isn't in their circumstances, it's in their mindset. Most people don't realize that their thoughts shape their reality. Every belief you hold, every story you tell yourself, every thought that runs through your mind on a daily basis is either moving you closer to your goals or pulling you further away from them. If you believe you're not smart enough, talented enough, or lucky enough, you will act in ways that reinforce those beliefs. You won't take risks. You won't push yourself. You'll settle for less because deep down, you don't believe you deserve more. But when you shift your mindset, when you start believing that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you can grow, you start acting differently. You take more chances. You push through obstacles. You demand more from yourself. And as a result, your life changes. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that their mindset is fixed. They assume that the way they think is just the way they are. But the truth is, mindset is like a muscle. It can be strengthened, trained, and improved over time. Just like going to the gym and lifting weights makes your body stronger, challenging your own thoughts and replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones makes your mind stronger. And when your mind is strong, there is nothing you can't achieve. But strengthening your mindset requires effort. It requires you to become aware of the thoughts you allow to take up space in your mind. Too many people let negative, self-defeating thoughts control them without even realizing it. They wake up every day and immediately start thinking about what could go wrong, about their past failures, about all the reasons why they can't succeed. And then they wonder why their life doesn't change. If you want to improve your life, you must first improve the way you think. You must take control of your internal dialogue. Instead of focusing on what you lack, focus on what you can do. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes, focus on the lessons you've learned and how you can use them to grow. Instead of saying, I can't, start saying, how can I? That one simple shift, asking yourself how instead of telling yourself why not, can change everything. Your brain is designed to find answers to the questions you ask it. If you constantly ask negative questions like, why am I not good enough? Or why do bad things always happen to me? Your brain will find answers that reinforce those beliefs. But if you start asking yourself, how can I get better? How can I turn this challenge into an opportunity? How can I grow from this experience? Your brain will go to work finding solutions. This is why successful people think differently. They don't let fear, doubt, or negativity control them. They train their minds to focus on possibilities, solutions, and opportunities. They know that obstacles are not dead ends, they are stepping stones. Every challenge they face is a chance to get stronger, smarter, and more resilient. And that's exactly why they succeed. Developing a strong mindset also means surrounding yourself with the right influences, the people you spend time with, the books you read, the information you consume. All of these things shape the way you think. If you are constantly around negative, complaining, excuse-making people, their mindset will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, positive, and growth-oriented, your mindset will naturally start to shift in that direction. It's not always easy to change your mindset. It takes work, it takes conscious effort every single day. But the rewards are worth it. Because once you master your mindset, everything else in your life starts to fall into place. You stop being controlled by fear and doubt. You stop letting setbacks define you. You start believing in yourself at a level you never have before, and that belief turns into action, and when you take the right actions consistently, success is inevitable. Your mindset is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. The good news is you get to choose. You get to decide whether you will be the person who makes excuses or the person who makes things happen. You get to decide whether you will let challenges break you or build you. You get to decide whether you will stay stuck or rise to your full potential. So ask yourself, what kind of mindset are you choosing right now? Is it serving you or is it holding you back? Are you thinking in a way that moves you forward, or are you stuck in patterns of fear, doubt, and limitation? If your mindset is not where it needs to be, the time to change it is now. Because once you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your life. And when you take control of your life, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Knowledge alone is not enough. You can read every book, attend every seminar, and listen to every podcast, but if you don't take action, none of it will change your life. Too many people fall into the trap of thinking that learning is the same as growing. They consume endless amounts of information, but they never apply what they've learned. They mistake gathering knowledge for making progress. But real transformation happens when knowledge is put into action. When you take what you've learned and use it to change your habits, your decisions, and your approach to life, that's when growth truly begins. The most successful people in the world don't just learn, they execute. They don't just read about strategies, they apply them. They don't just listen to advice, they act on it. And that's what sets them apart from everyone else. The average person gathers knowledge, but never takes the next step. They say, I need to learn more before I start, or I'll take action when I feel ready. But here's the truth. You will never feel fully ready. If you wait for the perfect moment to start, you will be waiting forever. The real learning happens in the doing. Think about riding a bike. You could spend years studying how to balance, how to pedal, and how to turn. You could read every book and watch every tutorial. But until you actually get on the bike and start pedaling, you won't truly know how to ride. You might fall, you might make mistakes, but each time you try, you get better. That's how real learning works. The same applies to everything in life. If you want to be successful, you must stop consuming and start creating. Stop preparing and start executing. Many people don't take action because they are afraid of failing. They think, what if I mess up? What if I don't do it perfectly? But failure is part of the process. No one gets it right the first time. Every great achiever has made mistakes, faced setbacks, and learned through trial and error. The difference is that they didn't let fear stop them. They understood that every failure is a lesson, every setback is an opportunity to adjust, and every mistake is a stepping stone to success. Adaptability is just as important as taking action. Life is unpredictable. Things don't always go as planned. If you're rigid in your thinking, if you're unwilling to pivot when needed, you will struggle. The most successful people are not just action takers, they are also flexible. They try something, evaluate the results, and make adjustments along the way. They don't quit when things don't work out immediately. Instead, they learn from the experience and use that knowledge to improve. There is a difference between motion and progress. Many people stay busy, but they aren't actually moving forward. They spend time researching, planning, and preparing, but they never take the leap. They confuse activity with productivity. But progress only happens when you take action toward your goals. It's not about how much you know, it's about how much you do with what you know. Taking action doesn't mean you have to start big. In fact, starting small is often the best approach. If you want to get in shape, don't wait for the perfect workout plan. Just start by exercising for 10 minutes a day. If you want to build a business, don't wait until you have everything figured out. Just take one small step forward. If you want to develop a new skill, don't wait until you have mastered every concept. Start practicing today. The key is to take that first step, no matter how small, because once you start moving, momentum builds. And momentum is what creates lasting change. The best way to learn is by doing. When you apply what you learn, it sticks. Experience teaches you far more than theory ever could. And the more you apply, the more confident you become. Confidence doesn't come from knowledge alone. It comes from action. It comes from proving to yourself over and over again that you are capable. One of the most powerful things you can do is develop a bias toward action. Instead of overthinking, start doing. Instead of waiting for the right time, create the right time. Instead of hesitating, move forward. The people who achieve the most in life are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who take action, learn from their experiences, and keep going no matter what. You don't need to have it all figured out to start. You just need to start. Learn, apply, and adapt. Make mistakes, learn from them, and keep going. Take what you know and use it, because at the end of the day, knowledge is only valuable when it is put into action. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be is not more information, it's more action. So take that step. Start today, because the sooner you act, the sooner you grow, and the sooner you get closer to the life you truly want. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the foundation of success, the one factor that separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain stuck. Talent, intelligence, and luck may give you an advantage. But without discipline, none of them matter. The most talented person in the world will never reach their full potential if they lack the discipline to consistently put in the work. The smartest person in the room will never see results if they don't have the self-control to stay focused and follow through on their goals. Most people think motivation is the key to success. They wait until they feel inspired, until they feel ready, until everything in their life is perfectly aligned. But motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. Some days you feel excited and other days you don't. And if you rely on motivation to take action, you will only be consistent when you feel like it. And that's not how success is built. Success is built on discipline, the ability to show up and do the work even when you don't feel like it. Discipline means making a commitment to yourself and keeping that commitment no matter what. It means deciding that your goals are more important than your excuses. It means pushing through discomfort, ignoring distractions, and doing what needs to be done even when it's difficult. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders in the world did not achieve their success because they felt motivated every day. They achieved it because they had the discipline to put in the work every single day, regardless of how they felt. The key to developing discipline is creating habits that support your goals. Habits take emotion out of the equation. When something becomes a habit, you no longer have to think about whether or not you should do it. You just do it. You don't wake up and debate whether or not you should brush your teeth. It's automatic. The same should be true for your success habits, whether it's exercising, reading, practicing a skill, or working on your business. These actions need to become part of your daily routine. Most people fail to build discipline because they make decisions based on how they feel in the moment. They let their emotions dictate their actions. If they feel tired, they skip the workout. If they feel uninspired, they procrastinate on their work. If they feel uncomfortable, they avoid the challenge. But discipline is about doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. It's about making decisions based on your long-term goals, not your short-term feelings. One of the biggest myths about discipline is that it requires extreme willpower, but the truth is, willpower alone is not enough. Relying on willpower is like trying to swim against a strong current. You might be able to do it for a while, but eventually you'll get tired and give up. Instead of relying on willpower, set up your environment for success. Remove temptations. Create systems that make it easier to stay disciplined. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in your house. If you want to wake up early, put your alarm across the room so you have to get out of bed. If you want to stay focused, eliminate distractions. Make discipline easier by designing your life in a way that supports it. Another key to discipline is learning to embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. If you only do what feels easy, you will never improve. Every time you push yourself beyond your limits, you become stronger. Every time you resist the urge to quit, your self-control increases. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you build trust in yourself. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Most people struggle with discipline because they focus on what they have to give up instead of what they have to gain. They see it as sacrifice instead of investment. But discipline is not about deprivation. It's about choosing what you want most over what you want right now. It's about delaying gratification for a greater reward. The people who achieve their goals are the ones who understand that short-term discomfort leads to long-term success. When you develop discipline, you take control of your life. You no longer let distractions, procrastination, or laziness dictate your future. You become the kind of person who does what needs to be done no matter what. And when you operate with that level of consistency, success is inevitable. The best part? Discipline creates freedom. When you are disciplined with your time, you have more freedom to do what you love. When you are disciplined with your finances, you create financial security. When you are disciplined with your health, you enjoy more energy and vitality. Success is not a matter of luck or talent. It's a matter of discipline. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to stay consistent even when it's hard? Are you willing to show up every day and put in the work even when you don't feel like it? If you are, there is nothing stopping you from achieving everything you desire. Because discipline is the foundation of all greatness. And once you master it, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, and the habits you reinforce daily all play a role in determining your success. You may think you are in control of your actions, but the truth is, your surroundings have an incredible influence on your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. If you are constantly around negativity, doubt, and limitation, it will be difficult to develop a mindset of growth and success. But if you are surrounded by driven, positive, and successful individuals, you will naturally start thinking and acting in ways that move you forward. Many people fail to improve themselves because they don't recognize the impact their environment has on them. They continue spending time with people who drain their energy and lower their standards. They expose themselves to negativity, whether through toxic relationships, social media, or mindless entertainment, without realizing how it affects their mindset. They put themselves in situations that reinforce bad habits rather than support good ones, and then they wonder why they struggle to make progress. The reality is, if you want to elevate your life, you must elevate your environment. The people you surround yourself with can either push you forward or hold you back. If you spend time with people who complain, make excuses, and settle for less, their mindset will rub off on you. You may not even realize it, but their energy influences your thoughts and actions. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, disciplined, and constantly growing, you will naturally rise to their level. Their habits, mindset, and drive will inspire you to do more, be more, and achieve more. It's not always easy to change your environment, but it's necessary. You may have to distance yourself from certain people who don't align with your goals. You may have to change the way you spend your time and who you spend it with. It doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life completely, but you do need to be mindful of how much influence they have over you. If someone's presence is making you doubt yourself, holding you back, or filling your mind with negativity, you need to limit your exposure to them. Instead, seek out people who challenge you to grow. Join communities, networks, or groups where people have the mindset and success you want to emulate. Your physical environment also plays a huge role in your ability to improve yourself. If your workspace is cluttered and disorganized, your mind will reflect that chaos. If your home is filled with distractions, it will be harder to stay focused. If your daily routine makes it easy to fall into bad habits, you will struggle to maintain discipline. The key is to design an environment that makes success inevitable. Keep your space clean and organized. Remove distractions that pull you away from your goals. Set up your surroundings in a way that encourages productivity, learning, and growth. The information you consume is just as important as the people you surround yourself with. If you constantly feed your mind with negativity, whether through the news, social media, or gossip, you will adopt a negative mindset. But if you fill your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and success-driven content, you will start thinking differently. Be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Read books that expand your thinking. Listen to podcasts that challenge you to grow. Follow people who inspire you and push you to be better. One of the most powerful things you can do is create daily habits that reinforce a positive environment. Start your day with intention, whether that means reading something uplifting, journaling about your goals, or practicing gratitude. Limit your exposure to negativity by controlling what you watch, read, and listen to. Surround yourself with reminders of what you're working toward. Whether that's vision boards, affirmations, or simply keeping your goals visible, your environment is constantly shaping you, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are you shaping your environment, or is your environment shaping you? If your current surroundings are not supporting your growth, it's time to make a change. Because when you create an environment that reinforces success, self-improvement becomes natural. You'll have to force yourself to be disciplined, stay focused, or push through challenges. It will happen automatically because everything around you is supporting that growth. Take control of your environment, and you take control of your future. Be intentional about who and what you allow into your life, because when you put yourself in the right surroundings, everything else starts to fall into place. Your mindset shifts, your habits improve, your results follow, and before you know it, you've become the person you always knew you could be.